Hey guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first bookmas video. Thank you so much for being here. This video, as you've seen the thumbnail and the title, this is going to be a book haul, a collective book haul video. I am going to show you a lot of books that I gathered over the past couple of weeks and month, I should say. And also we are going to unbox a couple of Christmas books that are going to become basically my Christmas TBR. And I say, let's just start with the unboxing. I cannot wait to open these packages because most of these books, not all of them, but most of them I bought used and I had to wait a couple of weeks to actually get them. And I really want to see them. I really want to see what I got. So let's do that first. All right, this is the first package and this time I am actually prepared. I'm going to use scissors because you guys know by now that I just cannot open packages, not even the easiest ones, right? What is this? Oh, okay, this is not a Christmas book. This is not a Christmas book. This is one of the books, I think the last book. Yeah, Devil in Disguise, the last book in the Ravenels series by Lisa Kleypas, and I freaking adore this series. So I guess that whoever sold this book, they got it from Target. I had no idea that they sell Lisa Kleypas books at Target, or at least some point in time they did. But yeah, this is one of them. Not Christmas book, but regardless, I freaking adore Lisa Kleypas and her Ravenel series. So I'm very happy that I actually got that. All right, second package. And this is a Christmas book. The Wedding Witch. This is the third book in a witchy series. The first one was the X-Hex, and then the second one was, oh my god, I literally just read that book like a couple of months ago. Jesus Christ, Zsuzsi. Oh yeah, there it is, the Kiss Curse. Guys, I am struggling in this video. This is now kind of like the third time that I sit down filming this video because honestly, I was just not in the mood, and I tried to put myself in the mood by going to Starbucks, and I very, very rarely go to Starbucks, but in the festive season when they sell the peppermint whatever, this is just a peppermint latte. Oh my god, it's so good. And I was like, let's grab this, let's drink this, I still have some left, and then let's just film this video. Maybe I should have drank the whole stuff before starting this video because I needed a little bit of boost. Anyways, back to this book. This is the third, and I believe that maybe the last book in the series because there are like 3 brothers. The series is not necessarily about the brothers because we have the main characters are the females in the book. I mean, these are romance books, so both characters are equally important. But anyways, we got the love story of the other 2 brothers, and then this is the third one. And this book is incredibly short, and I cannot wait to read it. I think that this book possibly will be featured in my very first Vlogmas vlog because yeah, super short. And look at that beautiful font size. In my age, that is the font size that we like. Okay, next, from half-priced books. All right, and again, I'm just going to use scissors here, and I cannot even open packages with scissors. That is just, cannot believe that I'm putting that on the internet. Whatever. Let's just struggle a little bit more. Oh yeah, this book. Love Practically. This takes place in Scotland. I already read this book. I listened to the audiobook because I couldn't wait for the physical copy to come in. But wow, what a fantastic quality book. Wow, Nicola Van, you did a good job here. For her publishing company. I don't like that they kind of like left a little bit of sticker, the remainers of the stickers, like, you know, the sticky part of the sticker still there. I will try to remove it somehow, but wow, what a beautiful book this is. And also, like, look at that, gorgy book, but not just outside, also on the inside. I read this, I don't know, maybe 1 week ago or 2 weeks ago, and I decided to also order the other books in the series because this book tore my heart out from my chest. Threw it on the ground, stepped on it a couple of times, like rolled it in the mud, squeezed it out like an orange, like a big fat orange, and then put it back into my chest and then sew me back up again. That's what this book did to me. Oh my God. This book made me cry. Cry. Not like I didn't bawl my eyes out, but it did make me cry. So I cannot wait for the other books in the series to arrive. Also, the audiobook was fantastic. And I think that in Audible, if you have Audible membership, a couple of the books in the series is actually for free. Okay, next book. And I promise we have Christmas books in this big pile. This, I think this should be a contemporary romance. Yes. Christmas in the Scottish Highlands. Do we see a theme here? Scotland? Scotland. If Scotland is in the book, and if there is an audio book and the narrator narrates in Scottish, I'm here for that. I've always been here for that, and I will always be here for that. And this book on Goodreads, on Audible, and when I, like, you know, search it up, I look at different creators talking about this book, everybody is all over this book. This is also part of a series, and I believe that this is also like a first book in the series, and this is supposed to be a grumpy sunshine trope kind of contemporary romance. And I have also another contemporary romance like coming up in this pile. I have not really been feeling contemporary romances for a while. When it comes to romance, I tend to read historical stuff, and I also read fantasy romance, contemporary, I don't know, contemporary romance, and we have just fallen out, kinda. But these two Christmassy books, contemporary romance books, I'm actually really interested in. And Christmas in the Scottish Highlands, it's one of them. And again, I bought this book used, and it's like in new condition, so fantastic. All right, the next one, and we only have one more book left, so I think I know exactly what this one is. And this is also supposed to be a contemporary romance, and I am really excited about this book because the reviews are actually fantastic. And that is Snowed In by Catherine Walsh. Anybody who read this book, they said that this is actually fantastic. And from the title, you can tell that this is gonna be kind of like a closed or forced proximity kind of trope. And I love that. Grump sunshine, forced proximity, and marriage of convenience, those are the tropes that I always adored, and probably I will always adore in a romance book. And this one, I know exactly what this is. And honestly, I'm a little bit surprised because it's very thin and it's gigantic. This is a picture book, Snow Ghost, and I ordered a paperback, not the hardback, because the hardback was so insanely expensive. And I ordered this one. If you guys have been around for a while, you know that quite possibly my favorite book of all times is The Wanderer by Peter von den Ende, and that is a picture book. And I wanted to try this one. I mean, if you look at it, if you look at this design and you look at the gold foiling, you know exactly what gold foiling does to me. And I am looking at the art right now. I will probably put this book in one of my Vlogmas videos as well, and I will show you the artwork a little bit more in detail, but oh my goodness, this is absolutely gorgeous. Wow. No, we're good. Wow. I'm so happy with this. I do wish it was a little bit longer, a little bit thicker, but that's okay. Okay, let me just have a little bit of more coffee. Not the best decision because I'm wearing red lipstick, but whatever. If it's all messed up, I don't know, you guys just have to deal with me the way I am, okay? I have 4 more Christmas books here that I want to show you, and again, you guys know that I am going through a historical romance era, and certainly I had to buy historical romances taking place during Christmas. And one of them, of course, is a Tessa Dare book, Once Upon a Winter's Eve. This is just a short novella. I love her full-length work, but also her novellas work very well with me. I cannot wait to read that. Apparently, like, the main character in this book is a spy or something like that. It's like, sounds so good. I also have A Holiday by Gaslight by Mimi Matthews, and I have also another book from this author because I discovered her through North and South, because I've talked about this in many of my other videos, but I freaking adore North and South, the book, and also the 2001, I believe it's 2001 BBC TV show, and I was looking for books that are similar to North and South, and Mimi Matthews and her writing style, that was recommended to me. And then other book that actually comes up in this haul that's kind of like an homage to North and South. So that's how I found this book. Fantastic quality book. And again, this is kind of like just a little novella. Next is a short story collection, historical romance short story collection, or maybe I should say novella collection, because this book is big, okay? 440 pages and 4 different stories. So it must be like 100 pages each. And to me, that's not a short story, that's more like a novella. And we have 3 authors here on this list that I never heard of, and I never even sampled their work. So I really want to do that, because the first author that we all know who she is, it's Tessa Dare. It's guaranteed that I will love her story. But then we also have a story here from Joanna Shoup, I believe that's how you say her name, Sophie Jordan. I have not heard of these 2 authors. And then the last author is Sarah MacLean, and I have heard of like that author and her books, but I never read anything by her. So I am trying this little collection, How the Jukes Stole Christmas. I cannot wait. Oh my god, I got so many fantastic Christmas books, and with all honesty, I just don't think that I will have the time to read them all, but I really want to. December, well, at least December leading up to Christmas, it's all going to be about reading, nothing else. And I also got another little Christmas book that's got nothing to do with historical romance. Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan, because I want to be obsessed with Claire Keegan. Everybody is obsessed with Claire Keegan. I want to be too. And I am very heartbroken that I, you know, DNF'd and unhauled one of her short story collections. And I know that this book is being made into a movie, or probably they already made the movie, and I do want to watch it. I do want to watch it. Who is the actor? Gillian Murphy? That's his name? Wow, of course I'm going to watch the movie that's with him. And again, this book is incredibly short, and look at that font size, so I don't think that it's going to be like, you know, very complicated to read this book, maybe to finish this book in one sitting. All right, now let me just show you a couple of books that I bought online, that I ordered online, and the first one is The Lost Letter by Mimi Matthews, and this is the book that was sold as kind of like the author's homage to North and South, because apparently the male character in this book is like Mr. Thornton in North and South. So I cannot wait to get to this book. And again, this is just a short novella. And can we look at that cover? Oh, wow, this is a fantastic, fantastic quality book. I cannot wait to get to it. The next book is a new release. A new release that was actually a cover buy for me. Bewitched. You look at that cover, You look at that cover and tell me in the comments why you think that I bought this book. Now, now I'm just going to give a minute of silence to admire this book and the cover. If you tell me that you don't like this book cover, I really don't know what to do to you. I really don't know how to help you. You need to seek professional help. It's such a shame that this book, because it's witchy and it's got some autumnal vibes going on there in the cover, it's a shame that it only came out like after Halloween, at least in the United States. But I cannot wait to get to it because it's apparently, woo, all the other books are moving, because it's apparently about a witch who's completely burnt out. I mean, couldn't be me, but she's completely burnt out and she needs to find herself and her magical powers again, and that's just something that sounds so good to me. So that's another book that I picked up. And next are two fantasy romances. One of them is Radiance. When I ordered this book, I'm not gonna lie to you, because I just looked at the cover. Of course I read the story, but the synopsis, I mean, I looked at the cover, but I was like, oh yeah, it's fine, I don't really like this cover. But I didn't really realize that the male character in this book is like not a human. And the only other kind of book that I read that was like this, where the male character or the female character, it doesn't really matter, but in this case the male character is not human, was the Ruby Dixon Barbarian series. And I like that series, okay? When I want something funny, when I want something goofy, I know that I can read one of the Barbarian books of Ruby Dixon and probably I'm gonna have a good time. But that's not what I want from this book. So I actually think that this book has got like, you know, a more like serious tone, because the Ruby Dixon books, those are not serious. The author is making fun of herself as well in those books, okay? But that's not what I'm expecting from this book. I don't know why I am immediately comparing it to Ruby Dixon, just based on the cover. That's what I did. I'm actually really looking forward to reading this book because the name of the main character is Ildikó. And Ildikó is a Hungarian name. At least that's how I know it. And it is spelled just a little bit differently, but it is still says Ildikó. So I want to know, and I will look into the author. I looked up her name and she's not like Hungarian, but maybe somebody in her family or somebody she knows is Hungarian, and maybe that's how she got the name. I don't know. I will do a little bit of research on that and I will report back to you guys if you care, because maybe you guys don't care at all. Aha! And the other fantasy romance book that I picked up is Bryony and Roses, Beauty and the Beast retelling by T. Kingfisher. And that's all I'm saying. Beauty and the Beast retelling by T. Kingfisher. Sign me up, I'm yours. And again, insanely short books. I picked up a lot of short books. That's weird, because usually when it comes to winter time, that's to me the season to sink my teeth into long books, classic books, and fantasy books, because I have so much time on my hand to actually read about the stories and the worlds and the characters. But I don't know, based on my shopping and based on what I did here, there are no long books here. The next book that I picked up is a new release, and this is one of my most anticipated books for 2024. Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wong, and everybody just describes it as a dark academia book taking place in a fantasy world. I wish you could like see this book in real life and hold this book. Such fantastic quality, and the red sprayed edges, they are so simple, but with the cover that the book has, it's just like, it gives it a whole new dimension. Look at that map. The book itself is really simple, but wow, fantastic quality, and I cannot wait to start reading this book. Okay, the next book is Sundial by Catriona Ward. I read The Lost House on Needle Street by this author. One of the best freaking books that I ever read in my life, and it discusses a topic that is actually so important to talk about. We just don't talk about it very often. And I would lie to you guys. I would lie to you guys if I said that this was not a cover buy, because 100% this was a cover buy. I mean, excuse me, but also this book just sounds so ominous. And it's kind of like, I cannot decide if it's a thriller or a horror or maybe just like, you know, some kind of suspense, but this got a kid in it. And kids in thriller books and horror books, they're so freaking creepy. So I have high expectations when it comes to this book. If you've read Sundial, please let me know whether it's a good book or, you know, is it better than The Lost House on Needless Street? Because to me, it kind of feels that she cannot do better than this book, but maybe I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I do want to adore this book. Fantastic quality book. And again, look at that font size and look at that print. Lately, I've been paying a lot of attention to this because I hate when you have to read books like this because you don't see anything. So no, if I have to pay this much of money for a book, then I want to be able to read it. This feels fantastic. All right, I've been molesting that book for long enough now. All right, now let me just show you a couple of books that I actually bought in bookstores, and I filmed buying these books in bookstores because I have 2 books here that I bought in Boston and then a couple of special editions that I bought in New York, and I've shown you every single one of these books, and I will also leave the videos in the description box down below. The 2 books that I bought in Boston: Diary of a Void by Emi Yagi, the Japanese sensation and apparently beautiful piece of feminist literature. I cannot wait to get to it. Okay. Very, very short book. It's about a lady who pretends to be pregnant just to escape of his misogyny, whatever that means. And also I got a non-fiction book, and this is again a cover buy for me. I have a lot of books here that I only bought because of their covers. I don't know what you want me to say. I am shallow like that, but can you look at that cover and say, this book doesn't interest me at all? No, and it's not just about the outside, but also the inside. When was the last time when I read a really good feminist non-fiction book? I cannot tell you. I think the last one that I really enjoyed was Inferior by Angela Saini, and that was kind of a long time ago. So I am ready to be wowed. I am ready to be wowed. Miss or Mrs. Eleanor Janega. I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce the name of the author. Again, I'm ready to be wowed. I have very high expectations when it comes to that book. And now let me show you the beautiful special editions that I got at Barnes & Noble in New York City. Just the other day, I rewatched that vlog because I miss New York so much. I want to go back there, and I want to go back to that bookstore and buy a couple of more special editions, specifically Jane Eyre, but next time when I go to New York. All right, now the books that I picked up. The first one is The Nutcracker. What an absolutely gorgeous book this is. Look at the golden foiling, golden sprayed edges. And it also got some pictures and illustrations. I cannot wait to read this book. I know that there was one of you who commented, don't read the book until you watch the ballet. Watch the ballet first, because I am going to the Nutcracker ballet show this year. Ballet show? Ballet performance by the Boston Ballet. Anyways, and one of you said, watch the performance first and then read the book. So probably that is what I am going to do. Yeah, next. Wuthering Heights. I cannot wait to get to reading that book. The next book in the same collection, the Barnes & Noble Classics edition, is Persuasion by Jane Austen. Oh my god, these books are just so beautiful, and these are insanely good quality books. These will hold up. Like, these books I can give to my grandchildren because they are so absolutely fantastic. Next is another classics, Anne of Green Gables. Can we just look at how gorgeous this book is? And again, the golden sprayed edges. I don't know why I want to say foiled in this video constantly. Sprayed edges. That cover. I never read the books, but I adore the TV show. So, it is time to start the series, and I don't think I will get to this book in 2024, but I definitely want to read it in 2025, maybe in the spring, because this is kind of like a spring book to me, but I don't want to wait till the spring, so I am reading it as soon as I can. And then the last special edition that I picked up in Barnes & Noble is Voyage of the Damned, which is again a new release fantasy, and I kept this gigantic oak leaf that I found. This is the biggest leaf that I ever seen in my life. Look at that. It's like as big as my head. No, it's bigger than my head, which is a big thing to say because I have a gigantic head. But anyways, so I want to keep this, and I just put this in this book. This has been described to me as a fantasy Agatha style murder mystery, and it all happens on a boat or a ship. But can we just like look at those ombre sprayed edges? I'm pretty sure that they try to imitate the waves of the ocean with these sprayed edges, but just look at it. Look at this book, how beautiful it is. And also the fish on the cover, silver fish on the cover, and the artwork in the book. So good. I have high hopes because this book was very, very expensive, so I do hope that I will like it. All right, now last but not least, let me just show you this huge stack. Oh no, 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 careful, careful, careful. This huge stack of mass market paperbacks, historical romances that I have here. Thanks to one of you, I discovered Lisa Kleypas. One of you recommended the Wallflower series specifically to me, as well as the Hathaway sisters. Oh my god, I made such a mess. Now I need to like clear this up. Okay, now I got the system. So certainly I got the Wallflowers, and let me tell you that I freaking adore this series. Number 2 and number 3 are the books in the series. We all know, especially this one, probably that's my favorite. And I also got one of the Hathaway sisters book. I think this is book number 2 because everybody is crazy for book number 2. So I've only picked up so far this one and not the other ones. I think we have like 3 more books in that series. I cannot wait to get to it. But the series that I am actually in love with and I really, really need to recommend, that's basically the Ravenels series. And this is all happening after the Wallflowers, because in this series we follow one set of Wallflower children, and I am freaking obsessed with this series. I believe that this is Lisa Kleypas's magnum opus, this series. Not one specific book, though I do have one specific book in this series that I absolutely adore, and I have reread 3 times, and it was with me in my little health emergency situation, but the entire series is just out of this world. If you like the Wallflowers, this tops everything. Now, what was the order? Oh yeah, this is the first one, Cold Hearted Rake. I really liked it. Some people don't like the first book in the series. I actually really liked it. Marrying Winterborn. Yes, please. Devil in Spring. That was also so good. Devil's Daughter. We loved it. And Chasing Cassandra. I freaking adore this book. Adore this book. Tom Severin. He is my hero. He is my hero, the best hero that I ever read about in historical romances. What Lisa Kleypas did there, pulled there, girl! Best, one of the best historical writers out there. I am obsessed with Lisa Kleypas now, and also with Tessa Dare. And because I want to branch out a little bit and I want to try other authors as well, I picked up a couple of historical romances from other authors. Stacy Reid, specifically My Darling Duke. I read this book and this was actually really, really good. And because of that, I picked up also A Scoundrel of Her Own. So far, I have not read this book. I only read this one, but I'm quite happy with Stacy Reid's writing. Now, I'm sorry, but what happened here? Why? These books both were sold to me as mass market paperbacks. I've ordered all of these books used. You guys know that when it comes to historical romances, I mostly get them from the Goodwill books. Yeah, that's the name of the website. It just doesn't add up. Every single other mass market paperbacks actually add up, except that one. Oh well. This is how it is. Let's just deal with it. I am going to like yap about it in a couple of other videos for sure. And then I have two other authors. One of them is Lorraine Heath, and specifically I got the Duchess Hunt from her. And the other one, and I'm not sure that I can show this cover on camera. So just quickly. Did you guys see anything? I don't know. I don't think I can. This is a Lindsay Sands book, and this is An English Bride in Scotland. Do I need to explain it to you? Do I need to explain it to you why I bought this book? I don't think so. Give me a historical romance with a Scottish... Can you say it like that? Give me a historical romance with a Scottish hero, and I am here for it. I am here for it. And I do love how these mass market paperbacks are printed. Again, look at that print size. Just because the book is small, that doesn't mean that the print size is actually fucked up. Oh, wow. I got quite a lot of books. And honestly, that Christmas tag, that's very impressive. I love reading, but I just feel that in the upcoming weeks, I won't be allowed to do anything else but reading if I want to finish those Christmas books. Whew. Okay, now I just have to find some space for these books. Well, let me know, guys, if you read any of these books, whether you like them or not, and whether you have any book recommendations for me based on what I showed you in today's video. Do your thing. Hit share, like, and subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already done so, you're welcome here. My Bookmas 2 video is getting uploaded very soon, so stay tuned for that. Bye, guys!